Hey, good morning, everybody. I've got to say this morning, well done to GB News and Mark Stein in particular, who's pursued justice for people who have suffered at the results of experimental injection injuries and deaths as well. And they reported last night on the first person in the UK to receive compensation from the government's vaccine injuries compensation scheme, which pays out £120,000 to people if they can show and demonstrate that they've been injured with an adverse side effect, health effect from a vaccine or injection, or if they've been bereaved and someone in their family has died. And they've paid out with other vaccines before 2021, of course, with all the various vaccines that get injected into children when they're young and so on. But there's been more cases in 2021. So it's very good that they've at least paid the first person from this scheme, but they've had to pursue them. Vicky Spitt is the name of the person. I'll put the link to the report on GB News down below in the comments section. But yeah, her partner in a rock band was killed after having an injection. And that's known to be the case. The government's admitted that, and they paid out £120,000 compensation. Now, you know, on one level, that's good that they've actually acknowledged that and paid out the money. But the whole system and the whole scheme is wrong. There shouldn't be a very limited amount of money paid out from the government, which ultimately means the taxpayers are paying. And the people in the government aren't paying out of their own personal pockets. They're paying out of the nation's finances, and they only get their money from taxing people now or borrowing it and then taxing people in the future to pay back the money that they've borrowed through debt. So actually, but you know, this is half good news in a way for Vicky there, who's got the compensation payment, but it shouldn't be the taxpayers that pay. It should be the corporations that manufactured these things and then covered up data that shows that they were not safe. And that's what's happened. So what should really be the case is that we don't have a compensation scheme like that, but the corporations should be open to civil legal action in the courts, because it's them that should be paying, not the taxpayers. And then there would be unlimited damages if you prove or show that the corporations were negligent in manufacturing something and then making a contract, which I think is odious, with the United Kingdom, they've done with other countries as well, that says that they won't be responsible or held liable. Normally, if a corporation makes a substance like this, they can be sued in the courts. I mean, for normal medicines, that's the case, but it's not the case for vaccines that are exempt. The manufacturers are exempt from being held liable. Whoever put that law in place, I'm not entirely sure. I know in the US it was Ronald Reagan that put in the law, but I think 1984, something like that. I think in the UK, the vaccine compensation scheme dates back to the 1970s. If any of you know exactly what law it is, please do leave a comment down in the comment section below, because it's something I still need to look into. But that's what should be happening. Number one, the government shouldn't have made these odious contracts with the pharmaceutical corporations. Number two, they should be held liable. And number three, taxpayers should not be responsible for paying. It should be the corporations. So with the situation we have, what I'm saying is we should have a windfall tax on the corporations that have made masses, billions and billions of pounds of profits from selling these things that now people are being compensated for because of injuries and deaths to their loved ones through these things. with the system we have, that's all we can do at the moment, but the system needs to be changed so that ultimately they're held liable and can be sued in the courts, and that's exactly what they deserve.